What's good with it in the hood with it? Welcome back to the Collective Clips where you already know. We get it in. But before we get it in, let's hit that like and subscribe button. Put your notification bell on all. Ding. So that way you're directed in the direction of the dope content that the gun is kicking. And I appreciate the support. I'm very humbled by it. Thank you, man. For the guys that tune in every day, I know who you are, man. Something coming for you pretty soon, man. We're going to do something, I don't know, a giveaway or something. I got to do something for the gente that constantly support me. And that's facts. Anyways, man, are you ready? Whooping? Are you ready for Super Norteno? And be aware that Super Norteno is going to be on very soon, man. We're making it happen. I'm lining it up not as we speak, but after we speak, right? I'm trying to make it happen for you guys. Hey, I'm trying to do anything I can to put a little money in his pocket so he's not out there fucking twirling street signs. We're going to do what we do. Anyways, I wanted to tell you guys a story about Ricky. Whooping, I don't ever get my own videos anymore. You're always doing Pepe. Fuck Pepe. He's from down there. Tell him I said, keep your shirt on, right? Hey, he'd be like this. I don't even like Pepe, right? And it's because Pepe boned Sheila several times. Or she boned him. One or the other, I don't know. But let's get into it. Another Super Norteno, man. And this time, actually, it's Super Asians. Not Super Norteno, but the Super Norteno got beat up by a bunch of Super Asians. So let's get it going. Now, in my city where I'm from, there's a lot of Hmong gangs. Laotians, Laos, Asians, Hmongs, Mien, a lot, right? And one of the biggest Hmong gangs that's ever was called MOD, or is called MOD, and it actually started in the city of Merced, and I was cool with all of them. You know, I was smart enough to keep it cool with the Asians because there's one thing in the gang world you should know about Asians. They will smack your shit with no hesitation, and they got the artillery to do it, or at least they did back in my days. You know, I seen some crazy shit. Hey, motherfuckers had space guns. What is that, homie? Right? This motherfucker is the real shit. Yes, they did. I seen one of them riding around in a truck with a 50 caliber. No, not a Desert Eagle. It was something different. It was put like this. It'll blew my whole fucking body off the map. I didn't want them issues, but I was always cool with MOD, cool with another gang, a gang called Homeboys Only, HBO, which was like an offshoot of MOD. But then there were several other gangs. I remember TRG tried to establish for a minute or two. And then there was Oriental Troops, True Blue, which was a gang that the only Asian gang in the city that we didn't get along with. And that's because they had like blacks, Mexicans, Asian. We thought they were Southsiders. I'm going to be honest with you, but they were True Blue. And they kicked it with Crips and Southerners. So that's just how that was. But anyways, Ricky had this homeboy, right? He had a homeboy named Speedy. And just like in any other Mexican gang, the reason why we call you is usually the opposite. You know, big old fat dudes will be called flaco. You know, light-skinned dudes are called spooky. Okay, dark dudes are called güero. That's just how it is in the Mexican culture. We like to switch shit up and be funny with the nicknames. The plaquiazos is what we call them. And this Vatos fucking was called Speedy because he was slow as a turtle. Vato used to walk all slow and shit. What's up, homie? He reminded me of Speedy Gonzalez's fucking primo, Slowpoke Rodriguez. Which way do I go? My tia too, she hated him. Who the fuck is this fucking riffraff? It looks like a cockroach. I guess come in. There's a lot of you guys here anyways. And the fool you'd come and she'd like, sit on my fucking couch, but make sure you sit on the plastic. I don't like you. I never liked your mother. She was a whore. And your dad, big old weenie, but limp all the time. That's all I can say about your family without going into detail, son of a bitch. Sit there and don't give him the last tortilla because he's not worth it. He's going to turn out to be a bum just like you, right? So my dad just never liked him, but he'd always be at the pad. There was like a couple of years where they were inseparable, him and Ricky. Just two stupid-ass Northerners. Right? And, hey, shout out respects to the Norte, but god damn these vatos, man. Hey, whooping, you want to go outside and play? And like, they're just crazy. Hey, literally pulling up, beating. Like, damn, what's up? Primo, these motherfuckers in the front playing marbles like kindergartners. So anyways, this dude, Speedy, he lived in Merced. And he lived on 12th Street. Now, 12th Street, I know 12th Street's pretty popular because of the Ghetto Boys and GB, the rapper. But in that area where he lived, there was a few Asians, okay? And there was actually two Asian gangs, one called Oriental Lokes and another Asian gang called True Blue. And they just happened to live there. And so this dude, Speedy, he had gotten into some type of conflict or confrontation with OLs, right? And there was a dude there named Skinny Boy from OLs. He was like one of the shot callers. I knew him. I was in juvenile hall with him when we were young. Cool-ass Asian dude, quiet, but had major hands, was down to fucking get off where he was mad at. Skinny as a rail. Looked like a linea coca, right? He was just there and gone quick. And so what happened was this dude from OL was dating a Mexican chick, which was Speedy's prima. And so I guess he had gotten into some confrontation with her. I don't want to put too much on it and say that he hit her, but let's just say that there was some fisticuffs that got thrown. Whether she beat him up or he beat her up, one never knows, does one. But Speedy felt some type of way, so he walked his slow ass over there to Skinny Boy's house. Probably took him a good hour, and it's fucking right across the complex. And he knocked on fucking Skinny Boy's door, and Skinny Boy fucking put hands on him. Okay, they got into an argument. That fool was trying to, you don't touch my primo, right? And so what did he do? Of course, he goes over to my primo, the craziest Norteno that ever lived. And my primo, he's like, he has a big old fucked up face. And my primo's like, what big in your face? Did the roaches bite you? The Southsiders got you. The Southsiders got you. He's like, no, I got beat up by an Asian, and it was on. My primo said, let's go, right? So to what degree of car Speedy had? He had a fucked up ass Maverick. I don't know if you know what a Maverick is, but just say the word Maverick and you know it's fucked up, right? It was toe up. And so I remember, and this is the story that I know to be true. My dad said, that's fucker that came to get my son in trouble. I don't care if you do it, fuckface number 2, because I'm used to it. It's all good. You got bail money anyways. But this son of a bitch, like I said, I don't like his mom. I remember one time we were at the bar at the Bullfrog, the bar, and she was with a trans. It just was crazy, mijo. I can't, no explanations. Yeah. She was over in the corner getting boned by a woman. I've been forever traumatized. Fuck that bitch, right? My tia was crazy. So she didn't like Speedy. She always made him know, she always let him know his mom was a whore. Like forever. I don't even know why he would go there. Imagine going there and some lady telling you, eh, where's your puta ass mom at? Hole like this big. Just fall in it. It looks like a construction worker dug her out. Okay, give me a bigger shovel. This one just fits too easy, right? She's crazy. So Ricky's like, Whoopin, don't even pay attention to my mom. Her shit's this big too. I came out of it. I know I was she had me when I was 5. Right? Like, stop it, bro. So anyways, they loped up, jumped into this Maverick, and decided they were going to cruise to the Asians. It's a bird. It's a plane. Nah, it's a bunch of Asians that are about to shoot the shit out of you, right? So they get over there. Now, meanwhile, they go over there and they approach these Asians. One thing about Asians is they're hella smooth, right? Hella cool. They act like they don't understand you, but they understand every fucking word coming out of your mouth. So Ricky's over there, Whoopin, you want to jump my friend? He's like, no, it was just one. Whoopin, it looks like you got to jump. We'll go with that, right? And so Ricky calls Skinny Boy out. Now, Skinny Boy's not no punk. He's like, well, what's up? And Ricky puts all types of fingertips and toenails on him, right? Now, the other Asians, they immediately run, disperse, but they're not running from the fight. They're running to their car to get something to bring back to the fight. Speedy, slow ass Speedy is right there in the car. Didn't even get off the car while Ricky's going to get beat up, right? And Ricky knows enough. He's smart enough, just that much, to see a fucking gun and jump in the car. They did, right? So, of course, who do you think they call? I'll hold. Bring, bring. My phone rings. And this is all I hear.
Whoopin, no, you don't understand. These motherfuckers that they're Asians. They're trying to get us. They're trying to kill us. We're getting it.
Slow down, Mickey Mouse. What happened, homie? Right? He's like, Whoopin, these fucking dudes. With the Asian, they beat up fucking his prima. And whatever, right? He tells me this long-ass story. So he wants my backup. Well, see, the way my Asian gangbanging works is I don't do it, right? Because I know that these guys got AKs, giving AKs piggyback rides. And I knew enough, and we talked about it in my barrio, enough to say, hey, let them vatos do them. Unless they literally kill a homeboy, leave them alone. We don't give a fuck if they come into the hood talking about this TRG territory. It is today. You know what I mean? Like, we didn't want no smoke, but of course we weren't going to let them just establish like that. But I'm being real. Nobody. There's not a Mexican gang member in sight. Yeah, I mean, I know there's vatos that go against the Asians, like in El Monte and different places in Southern California, and even in Fresno, right? But let's be honest here, man. You know, when you're dealing with the Asian, you're dealing with all types of Uzis and shit. You don't want that. And so I'm like, nah, no can do, homie. My primo, what? But I thought you were an actor. I thought you were a gangster. Yeah, see, that's what you get for thinking. You know what I mean? I thought you knew. Bitch, I thought you knew, right? I thought you knew that these dudes are not playing. So anyways, they decide to round up a couple other homies with about as much brains as them, and they're going to go ride on these super Asians, right? Mistake, because little did they know the Asians were already preparing to be on the offensive. They were already going to get off. Now, because I have some connections in the underworld with, or I did back then, with a couple of Asians. I call the homeboy Shorty from HBO, who's a good friend of mine, right? Asian dude. And so I call him, and man, it was the funniest conversation. I recall it like it was yesterday. Didn't understand a word of what he was saying other than kill you, cuz, right? So I call him, I'm like, hey, what's up, Shorty? He's like, who's this motherfucker? I'm like, gun, right? He's like, gun. I don't even know. I didn't say gun, I said skin. But I was like skin because they actually called me Skinny Boy at the same time they were calling the Asian dude Skinny Boy. I just didn't say Skinny Boy because I didn't want to get them mixed up because those were enemies at the time, right? So I'm like, Skin, what's up? And he's like, what you call me for, motherfucker? How you get my number? Right? And I'm like, I got it from the homeboy Booger and shit. What's up with you though, bro? Nothing, you know, I'm a motherfucker just doing what he does, motherfucker. I'm like, oh yeah. Sounding just like the fucking dude from Hangover, Mr. Chow, right? It was like having a conversation with Mr. Chow. I want my fucking puss, motherfucker. Right? So he's like, what can I do for you? I'm like, hey, your fucking enemies, man. They're tripping off my primo and the homie Speedy. He's like, fucking Speedy? That slow motherfucker? I'm like, yeah, him. He's like, no can do, homie. Right? We right now do not want to participate in anything that has to do with the Mexican, if you understand what I'm saying. I said, no, I really don't, but fuck it, if that's what you say. And what it comes down to is they had a little peace treaty going on with the Asians are like that. They'll peace treaty, then they won't. Then they'll peace treaty, then they won't, right? And we kind of in peace treaty time. So they're like, you're on your own, motherfucker, right? He said, but I could talk to Skinny Boy. I know him well. Because they were both like leaders of he was from HBO, Skinny Boy was fucking from Oriental Oaks. So he calls him. And he calls me back. And this is the twist I get in the conversation. He said he gonna kill your cousin, motherfucker. I said, yeah, but he'll leave Speedy alone. Why? Speedy started it, right? Well, he already beat Speedy up. Didn't beat up Ricky. So now Ricky got all point bulletin by the super Asians, right? And when I say super Asians, I mean they are super. They're with the shits, right? So I call Ricky and I tell him, he's like, whooping, did you mediate? I said, Dad, you know the new word mediate. Right? What does that mean? It means like Sheila, when I take her to Burger King, she wants the large, not the mediate. No, that's medium, stupid. I said, nah, I talked to him and yeah, they're on you. But don't trip, man. I'm not going to let them get on you like that. Just come stay with me for a while. Just, you can't go outside. Well, what if I want to smoke a cigarette? Like, then you go in the back, stupid. You just don't go in the front. So Speedy's like, hey, are we going to get off? Speedy, look at your jaw. Getting off is not what you're made for. You're not built for getting off. What you need to do is go home to your fat old lady, the one that's bigger than Sheila, and figure a way to get her out instead of you getting off, right? That's just it. So Speedy gets kicked out of the Ranfla. He's gone. I go pick up my primo. He's staying with me. Now, all of a sudden, I get a call from Shorty. My cousin's been there like a week. Shorty's like, hey, and I could tell by his voice, the setup is in motion, right? He's like, hey, Kat. I'm like, hey, what's up? He's like, what happened to your cousin? He disappeared. He go to Mexico? I said, no. He just, he's trying to stay out the way, bro. Let this shit die down. Like, he don't want no issues, bro. Ricky's like, whoop it, I'll fuck Asian up. Tell him to wear blue. Tell him to wear blue. I'm like, hey, listen, you know Ricky's about the business, bro, but that's my cousin. I can't let him get. He said, no, let that motherfucker be a man, cuz. Let him be a man. He wanted to beat up Skinny Loke. Let him beat up Skinny Loke, right? And I'm like, nah, his name's Skinny Boy, not Skinny Loke. Yeah, but I call him Skinny Loke because he's low to the brain, insane every day, all day. It's EBK. I'm like, all right. So I set it up. I get on the phone with Skinny Boy. He hooks us up. And I'm like, hey, look, man, this is, skin, man. I'm from the hood. Dead end, whoop, whoop. He's like, look, bro, this dude right here, he disrespected me. He came to my mom's house and he beat me up in the front yard. I said, yeah, Ricky be doing shit like that. He does do shit like I'm proud, right? But at the same time, I'm upset and nervous for his well-being because you don't fuck with Asians. See, I never got caught up in the predicament. I'll tell you one other story, and Shorty's involved, but trip out on this. So he's like, I just want that one-on-one, cut. That's all I want. All right, cool. Took him for the one-on-one, and there was a gang of Asians there strapped up. I was outgunned and outmanned. I had me a little 22, but in the words of X-Rated, you never use no 22 to the homies from the hood. You better bring your name because the dudes just ain't no good. The rat-tat-tat. Hey, listen to the 9mm go bang, right? I'm outgunned. These motherfuckers had artillery, right? But he took the one-on-one. I had to damn near pry Ricky's fucking toenails out the door. He didn't want to go, no, but what happened? You know what I mean? You put him to get jumped. I'm not putting you to get nothing, man. You're going to take a one-on-one. This dude wants his run backs. I told Ricky, take it easy, bro. Let him feel like he gets a punch or something, so it's all good. So they fought, man. Ricky fucking kind of bowed down, let him fucking hit him a couple of times. Then Ricky hit him with an uppercut that knocked him up out his fucking shell toes. And that was it. The Asians were cool after that. But let me explain why I never fucked with them. Because here's the thing about Asians, man. They will kill you and then go do life without even crying about it, or even they won't even file an appeal. They'll just go do their time. Like, fuck it. This is, I guess, what we're supposed to do here. And that's where the others are on the yard, like with respect, because the Asians are different. So let me tell you about Shorty one time. And I've told this story before. And it involves my homeboy Aldo from the West, right? So we're all chilling at my homeboy Chile's pad. And they had been partying the night before. They had like a keg, right? So they had like half a keg left. And the homeboys are sipping. Now the homeboy has like it was his grandmother's pad where he lived. There was like this railing around it, right? It was like all fully covered. And he had like these couches and shit with the keg. I mean, just ghetto shit. Motherfuckers are smoking weed. A couple of tiradas right there. Chicks fucking giving my mornings. It was just different. And I pulled up. I'm like, fuck, you guys are drinking. So I'm sipping the Budweiser that they had, pissing like a motherfucker, right? And Aldo pulls up on a bike, all sweaty and shit. You could tell he was on a good one. And we're like, what's up, bro? He's like, oh, what's up? He throws his bike down and let me get a beer, right? And that motherfucker's drinking it, spitting it out. Like, you know, he's high as fuck. I'm like, bro, well, why are you in a hurry? He's like, I got to get up out of here. When all of a sudden a fucking truck hits and I see all these Asians jump out into Shorty. And I hadn't seen Shorty for years. This is way before this shit happened, right? Last time I had seen Shorty was in juvenile hall, but he was the homie. He was cool, but he's Asian, like an Asian to the core, homie. Motherfucker! Right? So I see him. I'm like, what's up? Aldo immediately ducks behind the railing. So I'm like, oh, you know, fucked up and got into it with the Asians, bro. Don't bring that shit. Cheetah's like, no, go out there, homie. You don't bring that shit to my grandma. These fools shooting shit. These motherfuckers came with straps. This fool Shorty had a big old thing, right? So I walk out there like the dumbass that I am. I'm like, Shorty, what's up? And he's like, who are you, motherfucker? I said, hey, it's me, bro. And then he sees me. Motherfucker, give me a hug, right? I'm feeling a 357 tapping my back as he's hugging me. Ding, ding, ding. I'm like, oh, shit. That shit cold steel hurts, right? And he's like, where's Otto, motherfucker? I'm like, I don't know. Why? What happened? He's like, yeah, that fool got us for our 8-ball. He got us, right? We gave him the money. He said, yeah, he took off on his bike and never came back. I know he's here. I said, no, he's not here. He's there like a motherfucker. And I'm hoping this stupid motherfucker stays hidden because this fool might get mad at me for lying, right? So I'm like, bro, don't be doing the homie like that, man. You know, we ain't got no conflict with you guys. We've always been cool with you guys. And he's like, no, motherfucker, we don't get bunt. Asian don't get bunt. Asian bun people. Asian cut in line. Asian drive bad. Asian don't get bunt, right? I'm like, yep, you ain't lying about none of that. Maybe the last part, but those two in the middle, you're serious than a motherfucker about that one. Driving is different, right? Shout out to my Asian homies, but it's real, right? Especially them younger chicks. Man, them bitches drive too slow. And don't ever be in a bank because an Asian will cut you. And then when they try to say, hey, you cut in line, they act like they don't speak English. And then they still get helped anyways. True stories. Anyways, so I'm like, nah. So I'm like, how much is it going to take? And the homeboy Cheetah comes out like, hey, man, I don't appreciate motherfuckers coming to my grandma's pad. What, motherfucker? Nothing. Grandma said you want a plate to eat or what? Right? He backs up. True stories. So I work it out with him. I pay him off here, man. Luckily, I had enough money in my pocket. I took every crumb I had. But I paid him, and it was all good, man. They were going to leave Aldo alone, but if they seen him in the street slipping, then it was what it was. And I fucking kicked the shit out. Motherfucker, what are you doing, bro? Bringing that type of shit. So that was my first interaction with Shorty. So I knew he was about all of the business and nothing but the business. So it's about 6 months later after fucking Ricky gets in a fight, right? And Ricky gives me a call. Well, Ben, I need your help. The Asians are tripping again. The Asians are coming. The Asians are coming. I said, nah, bro. Hey, this is what happened. Ricky, you know, I'm not, hey, Sheila, cover your ears. Earmuff it. And Ricky, you're out. So if she sucks you, right? He was fucking with this little Asian chick, right? And she was bad. I'm not. This fool, dude, he pulls chicks for one reason or another. I don't know how, right? But whatever. Maybe he's blessed like me. I don't know. Anyways. So he gets this chick, this Asian chick, he's fucking with her. And one thing about Asians is their family. You got to be cool with their family. So they get Ricky drunk off rice wine. I think it's rice wine. I don't know. It's called sake or whatever. And the fool's throwing up everywhere, man. And the Asian dad comes out and he kicks everyone out and he's mad. Why you have this motherfucker throw up all over my driveway, right? And so they're telling Ricky, hey, you got to clean it up. Ricky, what the hell? Not going to clean nothing. It was you guys that gave me the Asian shit and it got me all fucked up, right? And a dude took a swing and Ricky beat up all three of the brothers, right? So the Asians were on him again for a long time. The girl left him because her brother chipped out on her. And that was it, man. So, hey, one thing about the Asian community, cool as fuck, good people, leave them alone. Leave them alone. Hey, to what degree of sophisticated weaponry do they have? To the highest. They always did. What ended up happening is going to be part 2 of what happened with Ricky and the girl and her brothers, right? After Ricky done put hands on them. But I hope you guys appreciate it. That's Super Asians, man. They jumped on Ricky. And Ricky kind of beat their ass every time until the end. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's going to be there. Oh, and as far as Speedy goes, yeah, my tia didn't. No, because I seen your mom at bingo and she won twice. You're not allowed here anymore. Fuck that bitch. My tia was crazy, right? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive and struggle and strive for what I truly believe in. That's the betterment of you and all people. The gun.